Hey guys, welcome to this week's podcast. I'm Yanni, and
I'm Sean.
yeah,
I got
and,
pointed at, and we got a special guest today.
yeah, we got Chase Kimble.
Hey guys, how's it going?
It's going good.
Yeah, not too bad today.
Welcome to our thing.
Glad to be a part of this this here podcast, having a microphone in my face.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's different, isn't it?
yeah.
A little bit. Yeah. I'm used to screaming in these kinds of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, this week we got a little whiskey, little wings. It's
Whiskey and wings.
On a nice
Yeah.
fall chill day.
yeah, 1 in the afternoon.
Yeah. Day drinking, man.
Better than 10, right?
Yeah, exactly. So Chase, tell us about yourself. Who are you?
Oh, I'm Chase Roderick Kimble.
I like that.
I know
Very
these two.
professional.
Yeah.
Yes. Roderick with an E.
Oh.
Yeah. Not like Rod-Rick.
Oh,
It's like
yeah.
an E in there separating all of it.
Rodder.
Roderick.
Yeah, okay.
I'm probably going to be clearing my throat a lot because I seem to have a little bit of sickness going on with the weather change.
Oh, that's okay. You'll
It's all
have that.
good, brother.
So,
Been fighting it off this week myself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no kidding.
Yeah.
I work at Domino's. That's cool.
Sweet.
Nothing
You know.
wrong with that, man.
Yeah. We all love pizza and wings
Exactly.
and sandwiches.
I got it tattooed on my shin, so
It's meant to be.
There you go. Dude, I mean, I think they started like a deal this week where it's like $5.99 for
large 2-topping.
large 2-topping. There we
That's
go.
right. But that's carry out, so that doesn't
Oh,
benefit me
carry
at
out
all.
only. Yeah, well, forget everything I just said. Don't
Yeah.
do that. Get carry out or get delivery.
Make sure you tip
Yeah,
your delivery drivers.
Tip
Yeah,
your drivers. I
tip
did
your
it for a couple
delivery
years.
driver, man.
Thinking about doing it again actually for a little bit.
You
But
should.
we'll
It's
see.
good extra money for sure.
Yeah, it's awesome extra money.
It's awesome.
So Chase, you getting married?
I am.
Yeah.
That's like in 2 weeks.
How you feel about that?
You losing your mind right now?
I'm scared.
Yeah, it's very fair.
I am very scared. We actually planned everything. Like we did this whole wedding by ourselves.
Yeah.
Paid for it, planned it. So I mean, if it sucks, blame us, I guess.
No, yeah, no. I've seen all your decorations and it's insane.
I'm
Yeah,
sure
this-
it's not gonna suck.
Yeah,
This is like the most like DIY wedding I've ever seen.
Yeah.
it's.
I mean, we
likewise.
just threw
Yeah.
ours together, so I mean, it's not gonna be bad, man. It turns out it'll be fine.
It's gonna be insane.
Yeah.
Like,
As long as it doesn't rain.
yeah, that could put a dampener on things.
Yeah, you guys picked a real risky
Yeah, no pun
month
intended.
to
Right.
Yeah,
to
Well,
do it.
We have a giant tent, but the only thing is like we checked the weather for like the first or the last like week that was like before the wedding, and it's like 40% to 50% rain every day.
Oh
so
boy.
it doesn't matter if it like rains. I shouldn't say that, but knock on wood. It doesn't matter if it rains on wedding day, but if it rains like all week up to wedding day, then the creek could flood.
Oh, great.
yeah.
So that's kind of risky there.
Y'all got a backup plan just in case?
Yeah, we're gonna have it up at my trailer. Actually, my dad and I had like a spot, or like a getaway spot
Yeah.
in Freeport, and it's on top of a hill. So I mean, there's only like one small area where it might be a little sloshy, but
That'll work.
As long
My dad actually grew up out there in Tippecanoe,
oh really?
right there. Yeah, my
Okay.
whole side of my dad's side of the family
Really?
lives there. Yeah,
Beautiful country.
dude,
out there.
my stepdad's family grew up in Freeport, and now my uncle lives in Tippecanoe.
that's hilarious. They honestly probably know each other. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not that crazy big of a area.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
It's nuts.
And all of them probably know the Kimbles.
that's
More than likely.
yeah. I mean, my family's the Peters, so it's a big name down that way. So.
Yeah. I'll have to ask my grandma about that. And
Yeah.
she's lived out there her whole life, basically.
Yep.
So
Straight out of Freeport.
Yep.
straight out of
Well, we're probably
Freeport.
all like somehow like inbred, weird, like
Oh
related
shit, we're all like
way
related.
Wolf Crew.
Yep.
Brothers.
WolveCrew brothers, dude.
Real brothers. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
No, but like there's like a lot of legend out there too, and it's funny because like every time like my dad passed away a couple years ago, so I was never to the age where he could like reveal some of the secrets and everything. There was a well-known name in the Kimble family, Floyd, and he was a pretty weird dude. He had a lot of money, and there's actually out that way there's this airstrip. It's just like big open field that he actually had a plane and he would land it in this airstrip.
Nice.
What?
And out on that property or whatever is a half finished building with like a bunch of like underground tunnels.
Y'all need to get over the sickness.
I know.
Yeah, that's weird.
Apparently, it was supposed to be a sperm bank.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
because he was like big in like the doomsday type of stuff.
So instead of
That's
what a weird thing
That
to
took a
keep.
twist where I was not expecting it to
Right.
twist.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Tell me about it. Like I'm learning about my own family history, and
Yeah.
it's like
That'd
he
be a
did
crazy
what?
thing to hear.
Yeah,
Why of all things that's what you're storing up is sperm?
and it's half
Yeah.
finished. Like, and it wasn't even
you
like
gonna finish it, man?
like maybe. I mean,
Turkey baster.
Turkey baster. Oh no.
if I could just get a couple of pieces of tarp, I'll put a roof on that thing.
There you
so.
go.
Yeah, there you go.
Dude, I've been really getting into so I watch a lot of YouTube stuff while I'm at work. I've been getting into bushcraft stuff. I don't know if you know anything about that.
I don't.
Where you use stuff in the woods. Basically, you just use just strictly stuff there, like dead wood, and you build shelters and stuff out of it. It's really weird. I don't understand how I got into it, but
That's actually pretty cool.
yeah, this guy, he's from England, I believe, and he just builds shelters. He just built a super shelter where he built all of wood. He's got like a hunting tower, and it's like closed in. It's like something you would see back when like the settlers first got here, like stuff they
Nice.
would have built,
Hmm.
type of deal. But yeah, he like just builds stuff. It's really cool. He just goes camping on like multiple day trips and just takes food with him.
I used to do that with my sister.
Fishes and stuff. It's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
We
Like
I can
Casey?
remember, yeah. I remember there was one that we built and it was just like this little hut and it was made out of like the walls were made out of sticks and everything like that.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure like I remember it a lot more awesome than it probably was
Yeah, I'm sure.
because I was really little. But I just remember like the roof. The roof was like, you know, those like little umbrella weeds that grow out in the forest.
Yeah.
They're called umbrellas or whatever. And we made the whole roof out of just like dangling umbrella leaves.
There you go.
Hey, it works.
Yeah. Hey,
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope.
Then it rained and it didn't work very well as a roof, but
You didn't overlap them,
Yeah.
right, man?
I guess not.
yeah.
Got to start from the bottom and go up.
We
Yep.
got to patch the roof. It's been a little leaky.
Yeah. Throw some poison ivy up there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
That's why I'm immune now.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh,
No, yeah.
man.
So, tell us about your wife. Your wife to be,
Yeah.
Miss Haley. Oh man. Well, I might be a little biased here, but she's the best woman I've ever met, and it was funny. We met. She was my manager at PetSmart up in Akron when I lived up there.
Nice.
And I was going through a rough time with a breakup actually, and she kind of like knew I wasn't really being myself, and she had one of the other assistant managers call me into the office, and you know I worked in pet care, so like it was like all customer service, like getting people animals and fish and everything like that.
Right.
And so she all of a sudden like I'm doing my thing, and I hear my name over the intercom like, Chase, could you please come to the office?
Oh no.
And I was like, this is it.
Busted.
It's like, I'm getting fired.
That's wonderful.
And
He looked at a fish weird.
so I went into the office, and basically, long story short, there the assistant manager was talking to me like the whole time, saying like, you know, we want to do things for you, like we understand that you're going through a rough time and everything, and you know, do you need any time off work? And you know, I didn't know really what to say, because like I was pretty low in that point. I was just like, I mean, whatever you think is best, because I don't want to bring the company down, you know?
Right.
And then Haley spoke up, and
I was like, I want to marry this man.
she said, you know, like, everyone likes you here. Like, we don't want you to think that we're trying to run you out of the store or anything. We just want to do what's best for you. And that was like the first like crack of a smile that I've had in a month.
Yeah.
And like a couple of days after that, she got a hold of me on Facebook, and she's like, oh, I just wanted to know how you were doing and blah blah blah. And long story short, I I did a little sly thing. I was like, well, I've noticed you, since I
Classic
started
Chase
working
Kimble.
there. Yeah. I noticed you and I started working there, and so I was like, I want to see if she likes me back.
Can I get your number?
So there's this other girl that like was, really attractive that worked with us, and all the girls or whatever were kind of like jealous of her because she was the one that was like always single and
Right.
sopping up all the men and everything.
Sopping up all the men.
Yeah,
That's a new one.
Put down put a little R with a circle around that. I got that trademarked.
Sopping. That's an adjective. I tell you what.
It works.
So, she, she's like, well, is there any, like, the conversation kind of led to, well, we had a pretty good looking crew here, at PetSmart and everything. I said, yeah, you're right. And she was like, what girls have you had your eye on? And I was like, well, Santhi was, caught my eye like the first time or whatever. And I was baiting her hard. And she said, and then she messaged back and she was like, yeah, she said, it kind of makes all the rest of us girls jealous and blah, blah, blah. Everyone talks about Santhi and everything. And I'm like, I got her. Got her.
Chase is just out there peacocking.
So,
oh my gosh.
so yeah, from then on out, it was, she had to break up with her boyfriend for 5 years.
Oh.
Wow.
That's a long story short.
She had to do that.
That's right. I said, listen, you can't be having us both now.
Yeah.
So, no, but he was actually a real douchebag to her, so it kind of made it easy for her.
That's
But
good.
For sure.
She's got a good man now.
there was, we got together on a couple of conditions. One being, a big one was we needed to take things slow because the first, the prior relationships that we were in, the first relationships that we were in, were kind of crappy.
Yeah, for sure.
So we were just like, let's take things slow.
Right, get to know each other.
Yeah.
Real good. And
Well, she moved in on day one that we were dating. And then 6 months later, I asked her to marry me. And
that's moving real slow.
Yeah. Day one.
It just kind of happened that way.
How does that work out on day one? Like,
Right.
hey, will you go out with me? I need a roommate.
Well, she was living with her ex-boyfriend.
Oh, okay. So that makes
So,
it easier. Yeah.
and she did not want to move back in with her mom. So
Yeah.
I gave her a place to sleep, and I slept on the couch, I think, for the first night. And
Aw.
Cute.
after that, I got to sleep in my own bed with my future wife.
There you go.
Aw.
Hey.
That's cool.
Right
I'm
on.
glad it worked out for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Oh, me too. She's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I got a little bit of like a weird life story that goes along with how I met Chase.
Oh.
Well, kind of, not how I met him. I've known Chase for many a year.
Maybe
Yeah.
more of how the friendship rekindled.
Yeah, yeah. Cause like I guess Chase and my wife were like awesome friends growing up, and
I'm sorry.
yeah. You
It
good?
just splashed up in my eye.
Oh gosh.
Ooh, is that Fireball?
Yep.
Oh gosh.
All right.
You all right? You need
Yeah.
a break?
It's like
Good thing
the
I'm wearing my glasses.
it's like the
Oh,
ultimate
gosh.
cinnamon challenge.
Yeah, no kidding. Ooh.
It's about to get real nice
Yeah.
here.
So, anyways, my wife and Chase grew up together essentially, and we're hanging out. And after they got older, they separated, and whenever Chase went and did life,
happens,
and
yeah.
me and Liv got married and did our thing, and we got divorced, and all that happened. Liv moved to Washington and ended up moving back for a good-looking fella
Mm-hmm.
that was her
Yeah.
I
ex-husband
concur.
named
Yeah.
me.
Fat yawn.
Yeah.
M-E is how you spell
Yeah,
that.
yeah. And like we were hanging out one day, and Chase, we saw you guys at Brew House, I think, right?
Yep,
Yeah,
it
we
was.
saw walked in the Brew House. They were leaving, I think, and we talked for a couple minutes, and I was like, "Cool, that was Chase. I haven't talked to Chase since like 2009 or 10."
9, yeah.
Yeah, and this was like within the last year.
Mm-hmm.
This happened, and we like whatever said talked and did whatever, and then I was like, well, I'll probably not talk to Chase for a long time again.
Right.
And then we're just hanging out at home, me and Liv, and I get a text, and it was Chase, and he's like, "Hey, you guys should come over to Brew House and talk with us, hang out with us." And I was like, "Okay,
Yeah.
ain't doing anything except for laying in bed anyways, so
That's awesome.
why not?" So we went and did that, and then it kind of rekindled that relationship with him and Liv, and then I met Haley that night, and we all just started to become friends.
And that's the thing is like, you know, not many people would be just laying there in bed and then like, all right, hey babe, you want to go out? You know, like not
happens to me
many
and
people
Maria
would be
quite
like, all right,
often,
yeah,
actually.
put some pants on, let's
Yeah.
get out.
I
You
don't-
know?
I don't actually know if that's a good thing, like that we're laying in bed so often enough that it's like okay for us to wake up and go out.
It's a great thing because like I text you guys and you guys are like, no, we're just laying in bed, like, and it's
Yeah.
just kind of like another like, if it were anyone else, I would just be like, all right, well, never mind then, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like you guys are like, no, just laying in bed. Plus you got that like amazing.
Oh
Bed.
yeah, we got the Tempur-Pedic with
Yeah.
like the adjustable back.
Which
We're
is-
like,
Yeah, you went real crazy fancy.
yeah,
on
we
that,
got
man.
like, we're not like rich by any means, and we're not even like well off. But for some reason, I felt that we needed an expensive bed, so I went and got us an expensive bed,
Yeah.
and I love it. It's the greatest thing I've ever done ever.
Yeah, we got the purple bed. I don't know if you guys have
Yeah.
heard anything
Yeah.
about those.
Is it purple?
It
Yes,
is.
it actually
Yeah.
is purple,
Yeah.
and it's exactly what they advertise. We had no problems with it. I like it quite a bit. It's pretty comfortable.
Yeah.
But it's not as fancy as his bed, but it does the
Yeah.
job pretty good.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
hey,
we're talking about beds here. You know, me and Haley have like a full size bed that we got from my trailer that my parents have probably conceded me on. So
hey, I feel you,
wrong
dude.
with
Before
that,
I
man?
bought this bed, I had the bed that I had for at least like 11 years,
Yeah.
and my mom had had it before that
Oh gosh.
for who knows how long.
Yeah.
it's a pretty like we love that bed.
Yeah.
Like,
We loved my bed until it finally got to the point where like I couldn't stand up after sleeping on it.
mhm.
Yeah, that's all
Yeah.
the
You can see
sign.
my indent on the bed, like how I lay. It
Yeah.
was like, okay, I think it's time to get something new.
We got my aunt's. She lives next door there, and they had that bed for probably like 8 years, and then they got
Yeah.
a new one. We needed a bigger bed, and we got that, and we had it for I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 years, pretty much since we started dating.
Yeah.
And we finally got rid of that thing because it same thing as you. My back was hurting.
Yeah.
There was an indent where we both laid, and I
Mhm.
was like, "Yeah, I can't do this anymore."
It's insane how much a bed is good for you. Like
It changes everything.
you just wake up with so much more energy.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
But
All right.
do we want to go into one of our songs of the week?
Sure. Yeah. Let's do it.
Okay.
Who wants to go first?
We'll let Chase go first since he's our honorary guest.
Uh-oh.
All right. Which song you want to talk about?
Well, I guess since we were just talking about talking about my future wife, talk about our first dance song.
Alrighty.
It's a rendition of 500 Miles by the Proclaimers, and the rendition is by Sleeping at Last.
All right. You guys want to hear a little clip of it first, real quick?
Let's do it.
And we'll talk about it for a minute. Is there a certain part in the song?
I mean, maybe the chorus, but
I'll jump forward a little
I
bit.
love the piano.
It's very chill.
Oh, yeah.
Here, I'll jump forward a little bit. guys.
Way more chill than the
When I'm
original version.
working, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who's working hard for you. And when the money comes in for the work I do, I'll pass along every cent of it to you. And when I'm lonely, well,
Yeah, dude, I like that.
Yeah, it's
That's pretty.
That's sick.
I actually like looked at I was out delivering pizzas and everything, and we were kind of talking about like what our first dance song is going to be, and she picked this song that like that was like really like I loved the feel of it,
Yeah.
but all of the lyrics were just really dreary, and like I couldn't get past it. I was
Sure.
like,
Yeah.
I was like,
Lyrics have a lot to do with the first song. I mean, it's got to be.
yeah, exactly. So I was just kind of like, I think I like looked up what like good like first songs would be and everything.
Yeah.
And I saw that on there, like 500 miles, and I was like, by the Proclaimers? I'm like,
Right.
what? And so I turned it on Spotify, and they told like the rendition from Sleeping at Last. So I looked it up on Spotify, and I was sitting there driving back from my delivery, which I'm glad it was like to return to delivery, and I'm like tearing up. I'm like, I never knew this song was like this.
Yeah.
Like, I just know I will walk 500
It's
miles.
amazing what like just like the music part of it can change the whole feel of a song.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, you
for
could
sure.
do like a metal cover of that song and you get a whole different vibe from the thing,
Right.
you know?
Exactly. Yeah.
But like I was paying more attention to the lyrics obviously this time, and I sent it to her and I said, well, what about this song? And I wish I could have been there to see her cry, because she like, I like called her or whatever, and she's like,
Yeah.
hello. And I'm like, yep, this is the song.
This is the song.
Yep.
That's cool.
Those are always good.
I really like that rendition, actually. I'll
Yeah.
give that a full listen sometime.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. You want to do your song? Or you want to wait a little bit?
That doesn't matter.
Doesn't
Yeah, I mean, we
matter.
can go into my song. Actually, going into my song here, I guess I can talk about who it is and how it is affected locally, I guess. My song of the week is it's called "Alive" by the Blue Winter, and if anybody knows who that is or doesn't, that is, his name is Aaron Troyer. He's from locally here in Tuscarawas County. He's probably one of the best musicians I've ever actually met and played with and encountered.
Sure.
He was in Come Wind. He was in For the While, and the dude just is insane. Like,
Yeah, he was one person I looked up to
yeah,
when I started playing shows and stuff, because I saw Come Win and
For
For
sure.
the While and all them, and I
Yeah.
was like, I want to play like him.
What
Yeah.
did he do?
he played guitar and sang
Okay.
in Come
Yeah.
Wind. Yeah, and the dude like is just a super creative dude, and like just one of the most genuine dudes to ever talk to. I have always really enjoyed being around Aaron. And so yeah, he just started his own solo project called
I'm
The
glad
Blue
he
Winter.
did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's incredible. It really
Well,
is.
I missed Come Win because they're not together
Yeah,
anymore. And
yeah.
I was like, that sucks.
Yep.
Like every band he's been in that I love, it ends up breaking up. I'm
Yeah.
like, I want more music.
Yeah, you know, the thing I love about them most too is that they're like, and I'm probably saying this biased because he's a friend and because they're local, but they're just so creative.
Sure.
Like with every song they write, it's just like you can't compare them to anybody because
Right.
it's its own
Their
thing.
own sound. Absolutely.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'll vouch for that because I don't really know any of them personally.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
and I love their music.
Yeah.
I've never heard any bands like them.
yeah,
Like
for
it's-
sure.
especially like vocal style too. Like it's just
yeah,
it's weird but really good.
yeah. And you know, I feel like most of the time, whenever people like take my suggestions for music, I normally suggest a heavier sounding music. But this is a very chill, very contemporary, just jamming song, and it's a banger for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll play a clip of it real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Get her opened up here.
And Aaron, if you do listen to this, I'm really curious as to where you recorded this because it's very good.
I think I can get away with playing a little more of this
Yeah,
one. I
I
think
think
Aaron
so too.
won't care too
Yeah,
much.
I think we'll be fine. You probably suggested actually.
Yeah, free advertisement. Do you know what the song is about?
You know, actually, I haven't had the chance to listen lyrically to it.
Yeah.
I've been so amused by the rhythms and just the melodies of it that I just sit in my truck and listen to it, honestly.
Did he record all this himself? Like all the instruments? Do you know?
I believe Ben Roth did drums,
Makes sense.
and I'm not sure about piano. Correct me if I'm wrong, anybody. I would assume that Halsey Roth, Ben's wife, played piano, but that very well could have been Aaron, because Aaron is one of the most diverse musicians I've ever met.
Well, that's the Blue Winter, guys. Go
Yeah,
give them a
definitely
listen.
give them a listen. You know, I guess like continuing on that, like go out and not only support Aaron but support all your local music.
Yeah, for sure. It unfortunately has died around
Yeah,
here.
there's not much of a music scene except for a bar scene.
Yeah.
But even then, we got Brothers here, which is just the local band. It's
Yeah.
Dave Barnhart, Matt Barnhart, and a couple other dudes. And
It's nice that people are still doing it at the bar. I mean, still even doing it at the bars and stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, it could easily die off.
Yeah,
pretty
there
quick.
not much like younger people than Brothers out doing bar stuff right now, which is
right.
kind of a bummer in a sense because it's like that's our music scene now.
Yeah.
So it's like I would love to see more music come out of here.
Sure. I mean, we got a couple. You got Aaron with the Blue Winter.
Yeah.
Bride Shore is doing
Bride
pretty
Shore,
good.
yeah.
I don't know who else. I mean, my
Sunday
dad
Night
does
Sky is
music
still-
around
Yeah.
here.
So the nice
Sky.
guy is still hiatus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're still on hiatus from like 8 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
man, that'll probably never come back.
Yeah.
You don't say.
That was a heck of a scene. Unfortunately, I think we got in at the last little
You
bit.
were
of
the
it,
last
but
little bit, that's for sure. Yeah.
It was,
It was fun while we did it.
Oh
though.
my gosh,
Yeah.
that was the greatest time of my life.
Yeah, that's
just-
how I met Chase. Was through Sunday Night Sky mutual. Oh, hi train.
Wow.
Wonderful. Yeah, there's a train track that goes right by the studio here, so it's great.
I had to take my headphones off there for a
Yeah.
second.
I can't believe that was that loud.
Yeah.
Normally they don't throw the whistle until they hit the two roads.
Yeah.
They knew we were doing this today.
The
Yeah.
guy's just being a dick right now.
Yeah.
There's one guy that drives the train. There's a couple people that go by, and he lives around here, so he does it on
Oh,
purpose.
nice.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how I met Chase, was through Sunday Night Sky. I was the guitar player, and we were trying to get a vocalist, and our buddy Nodis was like, "Yeah, my friend Chase will, come do it." And I was like, "I don't know who he is."
I
And then
literally met Nodis like 2 days,
2 days
before that. Like
Yeah.
we met at I don't know if we met at First Town Days or if that's the first time we ever hung out. And
That's
I mean, I
funny.
can't remember if like a time before that we actually met, but like
right.
we were just like hanging out at First Town Days, and that night I spent the night at his house.
Is that
And-
when you guys did that Red Robin thing or whatever? I actually
Yes.
found that.
Yeah, it's still up there on
Yeah.
YouTube. Don't look up Red Robin Can Dance because we're two little emo kids.
It's pretty funny.
Oh man,
Dildos. That was
dildos,
my favorite line in the whole thing.
dildos.
I'll show you sometime, Yanni. It's pretty
Yeah,
funny.
I'm
It's
definitely
really-
curious now.
It's really poor censorship
Yeah.
too.
Oh, yeah.
Like really poor. Like the whole like video like stops. Like it's like what the brr?
So that was in the practice space, and Derek had all his drum stuff there, and Nodis knocked all his stuff over, and Derek had a fit.
Oh, I
the
can
next
imagine.
day we had practice. And
Yeah,
it was
he
like,
he said whenever he did that, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna feel that from Derek.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
And at that point, I didn't even like know who you guys were.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, oh man, Derek sounds like a hard ass.
Yeah.
You know?
He's an-
Derek's the smallest one of the group.
Yeah.
Yep.
he definitely was the smallest one of the group.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
Oh, I love you, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
love you too, man. I haven't talked to you since In the Night Sky, but
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
married now, and
He lives-
I think
He
is
lives
living in
around
Col-
here again.
Is he living back up here now?
Yep.
I haven't talked to him in a while.
I know. Look
I
about
follow
ahead.
him Instagram. See
Yeah,
every now
that's
and then.
he does that. He resells like vintage clothes. I think like he finds. It's
Really?
Something. Yeah, it's called like D. I don't know, something vintage. I think on Instagram.
Hmm.
It's-
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Apparently he's
crazy.
doing pretty good. I
Yeah.
talked to Kyle about it.
Yeah.
Does pretty good on it.
Huh.
So.
Last time I talked to Derek, I think he was refereeing a
Yeah.
Call of Duty match.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, for like in Columbus.
Yeah.
How-
For,
I didn't know they had like referees.
Oh yeah.
Oh, bro, I can open your world to COD World
Stuff
League.
gets
Please
crazy,
do.
man.
Yeah,
Please do,
I'm not
Yeah.
into that too much, but yeah, he's the guy to
Yeah.
talk to for sure.
yeah,
man.
yeah. I'll
That's
get you.
crazy.
I'll get you.
Yeah.
a
Him
team
and
up
Brandon
pick, yeah.
both are all about that stuff.
Yeah,
And Brandon just started his
yeah.
own like little
Ego,
team thing.
Ego Esports, I believe.
Yeah,
That's what
something
it's
like
called.
that. Yeah.
Hi, Brandon.
Hi, Brandon.
Hi, Brandon.
I wish you lived up here.
Yeah.
I haven't seen you since In the Night Sky days either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoot.
He's
I can-
he's a good dude.
Brandon was in what's that?
Redemption fails.
He was in all
No.
kinds of bands.
What was that one that did Colorblind?
Oh, geez, I should remember that. Wasn't that long
From
ago?
Within.
No, it was
Oh,
new. The one from Columbus.
okay,
The one he quit to join I Resist. I cannot remember the name of that band now.
Well, I mean,
They're not together anymore.
shoot,
but
sorry, Brandon, but
it's all good.
I remember I was actually
They weren't too bad.
Yeah,
Hey,
they're
I-
actually really good.
I went down to South Carolina. I go down to South Carolina every year for a softball tournament, and one of the guys that go down every year, I think this was his first year going down, showed me this band, and like I think it was the song Colorblind, and I was like, man, it's like this is pretty cool like that. And he said, you know Brandon Waller? I'm like, what?
Yep. Yeah, he played
He said,
bass
yeah,
for him.
he's in this band, and I was like, nuh-uh. And so yeah, I looked him up, and you know he was in the music video and everything. I was like, that
Yeah.
is crazy.
They from I believe I might be a little bit wrong, but I think they recorded with one of the guys from the Crimson Armada.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he told me that, and I was like, that's crazy. I would
Yeah.
love to meet one of those dudes.
Yeah. Come back to us, Brandon.
Yeah, he'll be up here for the little get together we'll
Yeah.
have.
Cool.
Yeah, he said he'll fly up. He lives in Florida right now. Is he
Yeah,
still living
just-
in Florida?
Yep.
Yeah.
We'll just fly
Yeah.
up on a whim.
Yeah.
You know.
That's Brandon though. Like he's good at that. He shows up here random times.
Yeah. Very random.
He's a big mama's boy, so
Yeah.
if he's up here, he wants to spend time with his mom.
Yeah.
Usually we don't get to see him too much.
Yeah. Man, that's gonna drive me nuts that I can't remember the name of his band. I want to say it was something
It was contentions.
contentions.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That Maria was just trying to tell me
Yep.
that.
I was googling it too.
Contentions, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Yep, contentions. That was a good band.
Yep.
Yep.
And then he quit that and joined I Resist, and then I Resist isn't anything. So sorry.
I was gonna
bud.
ask you about that because the other day you're like, I'm in a band, and I was
Well,
like,
yeah. I mean,
are we still a band? The world needs to know.
we're still. I would say we're still a band. We just haven't done anything because Brandon moved away, so it's hard.
Yeah.
I mean, you can write as much music as we want. We don't
Yeah.
have vocals on it. What's the
You guys
point?
need a vocalist?
Oh no.
Oh no.
Let me get some Ollie Stikes up
Yeah.
in here.
We're gonna vocalist showdown between
Yep.
Chase and Brandon.
No, thank you.
Battle
Thank
Royale.
you. Battle Royale. Oh gosh, we have a song. We obviously still want you to throw some vocals on.
I'd be down.
Death
Yeah.
Wish, our little
Oh
side
yeah, a
project.
little side project.
Hey, I was like, best time of my life was just, being in a band with you guys. And, you were in a band too, Yanni.
Yeah, we played with them quite often.
Yeah. So, like, that's where I really, like, figured out who Yanni was. And
Yeah.
I remember we played a show up in Peabody's. And that was, like, the most I think I've ever talked to you.
Really?
Like, besides, like, right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, that's true.
But, we were a little Christian band. And I had my God is Love shirt on. And
Mm-hmm.
then Yanni comes up to me and he's like trying to make me feel better because one of the other bands is like making fun of my shirt and
Oh,
everything.
I'm
and
sure.
Yanni was like, just
Yeah.
don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Like,
Don't worry.
they're gonna
Don't
suck.
worry about
And,
those
like,
assholes.
Yeah. They're gonna suck. It was probably like Impending Doom or something like that I actually love.
Yeah.
But
No, they were local, like, and they were mad because Send the Night Sky was going on after them
yeah.
because we sold more tickets.
Oh,
Gotta love ticket sales.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what happened up at Peabody's when we played there too.
Yeah, it's the same
Is
time.
that the show we were talking
Yeah.
about? Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't remember. Yeah, I almost
Yeah.
fell off the stage at that show. It was great.
Dang. Oh, it was Inhale Exhale, wasn't it? You guys played with
Yeah.
Inhale.
Yeah, we played right before them.
Yeah.
That was like the most nerve-wracking thing. Yeah, let's open up for like one of my favorite bands. No
Yeah.
big deal.
Well, we opened up for This or the Apocalypse, and then after that,
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
I don't think so.
Bet.
You probably have better memory than me, so.
No, I just have a better memory in that whole era because, not to like sit here and say like I'm trying to like relive my glory days or anything, but it was the best time of my life, and
Yeah.
just being able to like hang out with friends and like make this glorious music and
Yeah.
just hang out with a bunch of like extremely talented musicians, literally just sitting in a room while Sean, you like wrote guitar parts and then you taught him to rider and then,
Classic.
and then Spinny would like put, some drum beats and everything. And then like, I would have my own little, basically bubble, just like hearing everything come together.
Yeah.
And then like every now and then I'd have like a suggestion, be like, hey, Spinny, like this is what I'm hearing right here.
Right.
It was just, like group of guys making music and also just hanging out.
Right.
Like
yeah, it was a fun time. I mean, I was grounded a lot through that, and I would still leave the house and go to practice. Like, I was like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a couple of shows I went to that I got grounded for even longer because I decided I'm just going to leave and go to the show.
I remember the Columbus show. Or no, it was
that church with...
it was Mustard Seed Cafe.
Is that what it was?
Oh, yeah.
And Kyle filled in for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the Halloween show.
Yeah, I didn't get to play that one. That one
There was
sucked.
You guys played with us.
There was like 4 people in the crowd, not including bands.
That's all there was at Mustard Seed ever.
Yeah.
They never had any one of the 4 people.
No, but it was... I mean, I honestly like the practices more than I did,
Sure.
Any of the shows and everything.
Yeah.
Cause,
Speaking of which, I got the YouTube and stuff logged in for Sin the Night Sky. There's a lot of private videos on there of us, like in the practice space and stuff. I'll have to get it to you sometime. It's the password we use for everything. It's like compact something. I don't know.
yeah,
I can't remember
it
off
was
the top of my head. It's in my messages from Nodis.
that little sticker
Yeah.
that was on Nodis's computer.
Yep. Yeah, I texted Nodis. I was like, "What's the password we used for everything?" And he sent it to me, and I tried it. I was like, "It worked." And I sent him the stuff too.
I actually delivered a pizza to his dad or his stepdad.
Said Dad. Yeah.
At the old house that we used to practice at.
Yeah.
And it was like
I still wonder if the basement still is
That's what I
green
wonder
with
too,
the
yeah.
STNS on it.
But like I walked up to the door and everything, and I never really talked to him at
Right.
all. But then I saw his little brother.
Oh, dude, it's crazy.
I'm like, there's
It's
no way
weird.
you're who you are.
You
Yeah.
talk about
Like
Nas's little brother?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gosh, those kids were brats. I hated those kids.
Yeah, a little bit.
Nah, they
They're
were.
okay. The one Carson. Is his name
Yeah.
Carson?
Yeah, that's who I saw, I think.
Yeah, Carson. I think he's not. I was talking to him. He's getting into like the underground rap stuff. And, like he's
Ooh.
like rapping and stuff on it.
Let's
You know?
get
Oh,
like,
it.
man. Like brother, like kind of brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that kind of goes into my song of the week. I don't know if you ever heard of Little Peep. You ever hear him?
Mhm.
No. Yanni has.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
Yeah, he died not too long
I
ago,
have.
overdose.
Yep.
Unfortunately, but I just got back into him this week. Him and XX Tentacion released a song together. They're both dead, unfortunately. Lil Peep died of an overdose. XX got murdered in his
Yeah.
car, got shot down, which is nuts.
Yeah.
Man.
And X heard his song, and it was before X died, and he was like, I want to throw a verse on that, and he ended up doing it. There's a bunch of controversy. People were like, you shouldn't do that, like, because the labels ended up releasing it, and they're like, that's not okay. And I'm like, it's
Yeah.
fine, it's
Yeah.
music. It's like, this would have happened anyway.
Yeah.
But I didn't pick that song, even though it's good. Picked another song that meant more to me, I think. And the video is like really, really good. And that's kind of a big reason why I picked it. It's called Awful Things. And here, I can play a little clip of it. This one I gotta really be careful of copyright. And he uses like this guitar part's from a different song. And, like, he
Okay.
would sample stuff in. If you want to see him. So actually, I would show him in the video.
Kind of reminds me of me in high school.
But yeah, he's from like the whole SoundCloud rap stuff. Like that's kind of where he got his start. And but that song's I believe it's about from what I read on the lyrics and stuff, and even the video kind of shows it a little bit, is about like an abusive girlfriend. Because he says like, you tell me awful things that helps me get over not being with you.
Yeah.
You know, and like in the video, she's like, they end up like screwing in the bathroom, which is like my favorite scene, as odd as that is. But it's just a creative like scenery they use in it. It's like does this strobe and it's like neon lights going on. It just looks really good.
Yeah.
And yeah, she ends up like she's like kissing another guy, and he's like staring at her, and he like lights himself on fire. It's
Oh, wow.
crazy.
Yeah. It's an
Yeah.
interesting video for
Yeah.
sure.
But yeah, that's my song of the week. I
Yeah.
don't know. I just got back into him because of the whole X and
Yeah.
his song. I was like, oh, I miss him.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I actually got one more honorable mention for the week for
All right.
like, I guess it's not really song of the week. It's more of a, these guys put out an album,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been listening to it all week, and it's insane. Like, it's an awesome album. Fit for a King put out their new album, Dark Skies.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
Man,
great album.
Yeah.
I haven't listened to the whole thing yet,
Dude,
but what
I
I've
like-
listened to it is
see,
amazing.
I liked certain songs, and then
Yeah.
I like was on my way here. Actually, on my way here today,
Mm-hmm.
I was listening to it, and every song flows together
Oh,
great.
yeah.
And I'm like, man, this
They're
is just a
so
solid
good.
album.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good.
They're very creative
Yeah.
people when it comes to the metal scene for
Yeah,
sure.
the Price of Agony, like
Yeah,
whenever it comes in, I was like, oh my gosh, this
Right.
is awesome.
it's nuts.
Yeah,
Good workout music too.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
for sure. Shattered Glass is probably my favorite song on the whole album because it's the heaviest song on the whole album.
Yeah,
But
yeah. I wish they were a little bit. I mean, even I don't know. The last album was a lot heavier. I guess you
Yeah.
gotta kind of go back and forth.
yeah, they
between
went a
it, but-
little more. There's a lot more singing on this album,
Yeah,
which I do gotta say, I'm glad they finally took Tuck off singing,
yeah,
their bass player, because Kirby is just so good
yeah.
at everything he does. He's just
I feel it. Isn't the bass player? He has his own thing now. Too,
yeah,
right?
off-road minivan.
Yeah, off-road minivan. That's right. They're
Which is
pretty
the
good
most
too.
interesting name for a band, but
Right.
I mean, they kill it too.
Kind of rolls off the tongue there.
Yeah.
Road minivan.
Right. It works. But
Yeah.
let's move on to another topic, guys.
Yeah.
We talk a little bit about your spray paint art, man. I saw that happening. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I haven't really gotten to do a whole lot this summer. Just because every single day that I have, like free time and everything, is
Yeah.
dedicated to the wedding because my mom's garage is like full up of like the arch that I built and like all the tables and
Yeah.
just like a lot of like DIY things or whatever for the actual
Mhm.
wedding.
Yeah.
But I do. Please stick with me because I know I haven't like posted anything with like to Facebook and everything like that. But I think this time off that I've taken from like my spray paint art and everything like that has like really helped me because about a year ago I was actually just trying to do spray paint art and photography full time,
Yeah.
and I ended up hating it.
Sure.
Like I couldn't like think of anything creatively whatsoever. Like
Right.
I feel like my photos that I took, like they all suffered. Like I overworked my photos like 100%.
Yeah.
And even like my art and everything like that, like I just overworked it because I was trying to make it like this grand masterpiece
Right.
so that I could sell it.
Yeah.
And
You can't do that with art, though.
yeah,
Yeah.
You
and
gotta
so
just
like
create it for yourself, and if somebody wants to buy it, they can buy it.
right, exactly. And like that's that's why I kind of got into a lot of like the custom stuff. Was hey, message me what you want me to do and everything, and I ended
Right.
up doing like a lot of like sports pieces.
I noticed that you had a couple up in Breadhead Bistro there. For a
Yeah,
minute.
yeah. And I
Nice.
hated doing every single one of those.
Really?
I really
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
I just at one point I was just like, like I got a new job and everything like that, and I started working, getting out of the house, and
Right.
then all of a sudden all these like ideas just kind of like started flowing to me, and I'm
Sure.
like, I don't want to do this for
Yeah.
profit. Like
Right.
I just
Sure, yeah.
like I want to do it, like, and so as of right now, like I have a lot of ideas that I want to put to a canvas, and just stick with me because it's definitely gonna get done.
Yeah, I can't wait to see more, man.
I have this giant canvas that I got on Black Friday last year,
Nice.
and it's huge, and it's gonna take like a lot of spray paint to fill it up, but I have an idea for it, and I think that's gonna be
Can
like
you give us a little bit idea of what it is?
I'll
A little
give you-
nugget.
yeah, sure.
Little nug.
I have never tried a portrait before.
Oh, okay.
Besides, like Kyrie Irving,
Right.
and stuff like that. But I wanted to do a portrait of beauty, like not just the actual face, but have like the face like be made up of different smaller elements.
Yeah.
Sure. Who did that? There's the one painter guy. He did that a lot, didn't he? I can't remember his name. That one famous guy.
Probably.
I can't remember.
Are you talking
Like old guy, like old artist. I can't remember. He did kind of stuff like that where he would take. You're fine. He would take stuff like that and make it look like that. I can't remember his name now. I'm sure someone will know.
I think I know who you're talking about, but I can't really.
I'm gonna
think
say
of it.
Van Gogh, but that's just because that's the
the
only
only one
artist
you
I
could
know.
think of. Yeah, I was gonna say that too,
Yeah.
but I was like, I'm pretty sure that's not right.
Or Jackson Pollock, but he just splattered stuff. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess I can just reveal everything to you, and like I just wanted to
yeah,
say this. It's gonna be of my future wife, and
nice.
it's not just going to be like of a random person that I'm trying to like put like smaller elements to,
Yeah.
but like I'm going to pick out each individual features that I love about like her physical form, and just kind of like reflect on what I love about her, and
Yeah.
you know, like say like her ability to make me smile or something like just as an example.
Mm-hmm.
Her ability to make me smile, maybe have like her eyebrows like two smiley faces.
Yeah,
Hey,
You know what I mean?
It
Like
could be cool. Yeah.
yeah,
Kind of whatever feels good in the moment when you're doing it.
right.
Yeah.
And just, you know, I haven't really gotten a chance to like, you know, think about it too much, but
Yeah.
because you know, I'm pretty much making everything for the wedding. We're pretty much making everything for the wedding. So
Right.
um,
So how'd you get into that? I mean, spray paint's a pretty specific kind. I mean, it's got kind of popular recently, but it's got
Ye-
a real specific kind of artistry.
yeah. It's funny because like I've always like I took photography in college, and they make you do like a lot of like core art
Right.
classes and everything. And I was never like really good at any of the mediums that they made us work with.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like maybe I'll make a good portrait out of like charcoal or something like that, and like
Right.
that'd be the only thing. Like I would never want to do charcoal again after I did like a good
Yeah.
portrait, you know.
Yeah.
And I remember we went on a cruise as a family really long time ago, and I was cleaning out my room to try to figure out what I wanted to bring up to college with me, and I came across one of the spray paint art paintings that I got in the Caribbean somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
and it was of SpongeBob and Patrick, you know, just
Nice.
jellyfishing, you know. And I was just
Pretty
like,
cool.
I like sat there and like looked at it, and I was like, and it was coming up on Mother's Day, and I wanted like I'm always the person like trying to think of something different to give people,
Sure.
and I was like, man, what can I do for Mother's Day for my mom that would, you know, mean something and be like different than just giving her flowers or something like that.
Right.
And so I came across that painting, and I was like, you know what, I want to try spray paint art.
Yeah.
And I made the first painting that I ever made was on a 18 by 24 canvas, and like it was just of, you know, the solar system, like space and everything like that. I had like
Right.
Jupiter and some moons.
I think I saw
and-
that one actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she loved it. Like my mom doesn't give out compliments very easily,
Yeah.
and you know, she was like, you know, you really have a talent here, and blah blah
Yeah.
blah. You should explore it. And I was like, okay, well maybe
Yeah.
I'll do that. And
Yeah.
pretty much ever since then, like, if I have a painting that I don't like, I'll just rework it, and
Mhm.
then all of a sudden it turns out to be something I love.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
And
awesome.
So I mean, that's kind of like just the medium that kind of speaks to me,
Right.
when trying to do
Yeah,
things.
for sure.
So
That's
Yeah.
awesome. I have all kinds of artists around me. My
Yeah.
dad's a painter and he draws and stuff.
your
too.
dad's an amazing artist. I've seen
Yeah.
a lot of his stuff.
Yeah, he went to college for that. I don't know exactly what he was planning on doing when he got out of college with
Yeah.
it, but he doesn't do anything that has anything to do with it.
Yeah.
And but yeah, now I got you. I got
Yeah.
music people all around me. It's pretty
Yeah.
cool having that kind of vibe around
Yeah,
you.
for sure. You know, and going back to the whole, like, doing it solely for money thing,
Mm-hmm.
like, I was right there with you when it came to photography. Like, I was like, I'm going to start booking all these weddings. I'm going to do as much, like, stuff as I can because I want it to be, like, I want that to be my job.
Right.
And, like, the more that I did it, the more it was like, God, I hate
I hate
photography.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, I didn't want to get there. And, like, I used to be like, I want to go out, like, every day I would go out and take pictures of something.
Right.
Just something just to post it. Like,
Right.
even though, like, nobody cared if I posted a picture, it was, like,
Sure.
for me to, like, to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like whenever I first started getting into it, I was real into car photography. And like, so we would, well, the first like big thing I ever did, we went to a Superfly in Akron, and I took a picture of like, or took pictures of like probably like 40 different cars or something like that. And
Right.
like, I had like a cheap little camera at the time, and like, I mean, my mom had given it to me. It was just like a Nikon like power shot or something like that. Like, it's probably like a $200 to $300 like point and shoot camera. And so like I did that, and then like a year later I went and I got my Sony A55 from Tyler Needing. I bought it off him. It was his first like camera that he got into photography with, and it was like detachable lens and mirrorless, and it was like I loved it, and it was awesome. And so I started doing photography with that. And you know, honestly, I look back and I'm like, I look at those like power shot camera like pictures of the car show, and I'm like, my gosh, these are the best pictures.
Sure. Yeah.
Like,
that's because it was something new to you.
Yeah, it was creative. Like, I was more creative. Like, and
yeah, absolutely.
I feel you so much with that.
Yeah,
because you know, whenever I first got my camera, it was a T2i Canon, and you know, I thought it was like the greatest thing ever. I was like, man,
yeah,
like I just want to go out in my yard and just like shoot things,
shoot everything.
Yeah, and like I look back at some of those like photos like that I didn't know anything about photography. I didn't know anything. And some of the photos that I took were just like, man, I really love this photo.
Yeah.
Right.
I know, yeah. Yeah, it's exactly how it feels, too.
Yeah, dude, it doesn't matter what you have. I mean,
no.
It's like the music video we just shot.
Yeah.
We shot with iPhones.
Yeah.
Like, and it turned out amazing.
I shot it on like the iPhone 8 Plus, and like, honestly, like, we could have went out and spent like $2,500 and gotten like awesome cameras and everything.
Right.
But I think I found more fulfillment in the creativity that I found with my phone than I would have found like spending all the money on like awesome equipment to get like the perfect shot.
Right.
And so I just feel like when you don't have the best stuff, it makes you be more creative, essentially.
Right. Yeah. It's all about the moment. I mean, even a lot of the people, you know, like Peter McKinnon, he talks about that stuff all the time. Yeah. He's like, it doesn't matter what you have, just do it.
Just do it. Yeah, exactly.
Make it work.
Yeah.
Whatever you got to do.
Yep.
And that's how I am with my stuff. I mean, everything I've ever had when it comes to music has always been cheap stuff, but I've always been able to make it work.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's more fulfilling that way when you can make something that's
for sure
crappy be as good as something that you can spend thousands of dollars on, you know?
Yeah.
Exactly.
But then, you know, after you like shoot or like, you know, you use that kind of equipment, everything, and then you get like a high dollar, like something or whatever.
It is a lot easier.
You just kind of want to put it down because then you're just like, I'm not, like, everyone just has, like, this isn't my talent.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Yeah, you get the Canon D6 or D5, and it's like, okay, well,
yeah,
I'm done.
Right.
Because I can never afford this, and everything's amazing.
Like, Tyler, I just shot a wedding, and I rented some equipment from Tyler Needing.
Yeah.
And I just, it was a Canon 5D, and
those are nice.
I just kept, like, looking at the preview shot, you know, on the screen and everything. And I was like, I wonder if I would just like shoot like a wall, if it'll just look better.
No,
Probably.
Seriously though, you could take a picture of poop and it's like, you'll be like, God, that's a great shot.
Oh my goodness.
What did Nadas use for the wedding? What camera did he have?
He's got the 60.
The 60?
Yeah.
I mean, he just one picture and he hasn't really used the thing too much before that. And I was just like, that's amazing.
Yeah. I know. I got to like hold it and like mess with it for a little bit, and I took a picture with it, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like.
And that's not to like take away from any like photographers or anything like that.
No.
For sure.
I mean,
it's still, you can get a good picture. It doesn't mean it's good.
You
know,
you can get a picture. It doesn't mean it's creative and it's one that you love.
Right. And you know, you're talking about like a group of guys or whatever that you know don't have the money or you know to invest in something huge like that. Like I remember your little orange amp that you were so excited. It was like what? How many watts? It was like
2 watts.
10 watt?
It was like 2 watts.
2 watts?
It was nothing.
It was like 2 watts.
It cost like $50.
Yeah.
So.
Like he was so excited for that thing. And like I remember you hooked it up to
the cabinet.
Yeah. I think it was Yanni's cabinet.
Yeah, I bought that off of him.
Yeah.
Funny thing about that, it's actually being reused. So I took all the speakers out and I made my own cabinet with them. They took the old body and put acetylene torch in there and put all the 2 bottles and stuff in there. so they can move it around.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I was like, okay,
There you
that
go.
works.
Hey.
Super random.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can just get up and go.
Yeah, can we take a break? I gotta pee.
Okay.
Just go ahead and take a break, guys.
All right.
All right, guys, we're back from our break.
Yeah, it was a good break.
It was a good break.
Yeah, just checked out the drone and everything
Yeah.
I just got.
You're using the drone for my wedding.
Yeah, I guess I am doing that
Yeah.
now. It's gonna be exciting.
Yeah.
We have like sky lanterns, which are these like little tiny air balloon thingies that you light like this square of cardboard on fire, and they just float on up, and they
Yeah.
make for a great picture.
Don't they end up like burning out? Isn't that the whole concept of those?
Yes.
Yeah.
They do it in China.
In
China.
Yeah.
Yeah.
China.
Oh, China.
China's great.
China's great. Oh no.
China's
Well.
I've never been there, but
I mean, it's great with a tariff.
Great with the tariff. Oh gosh.
No, we're not gonna get into China.
No,
China.
no politics
Yes.
this time.
Yes, no politics.
I don't
Speaking
know
of
anything
which,
about China.
I tried to run an ad on the last podcast we did,
Oh yeah.
and
yeah.
Facebook shut it down because we talked about
Yeah.
Trump for a minute.
Yep.
And they said we weren't cleared to talk about politics.
Apparently.
We're clear to talk about Trump. This will
yeah,
probably be
basically,
put down
now,
too.
now that we're
Yeah.
talking about it.
Yeah, but it says Trump. They're not allowed to.
But
Not allowed to
yeah, I
tell
bet if we
anybody.
talked about Hillary or someone else, they probably would have been
Yeah.
okay.
Probably.
Now it's definitely going to be shut down.
Yeah.
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 They're going to delete the channel and everything.
Yep.
It'll be banned. It'll
Yep.
be just like Alex Jones. It'll be great.
Yeah. It's gonna be Benghazi in the studio.
Benghazi.
We can run an ad
We
for
went
hair
there,
pieces.
we saw,
Yep.
and we killed.
We can run an ad for head pieces.
Head pieces?
Yeah.
What do you mean head pieces?
Like Trump's hair.
Trump's
Ouch, that's a burn.
He does have funny hair.
Yeah.
My grandpa says that he's the best president ever.
That's a stretch. I like him a lot.
You know,
But
from my perspective, I agree, in a sense. I don't think he's the best person ever.
right.
I think he's accomplished more as a president than anybody else in our lifetime has accomplished, which is sad.
I think the only other
It
person
is
that,
sad.
Yeah, you know, but
I feel like-
whether he accomplished good things or bad things, things have been accomplished.
You know what's funny is
things
that
have
like,
been going good. That's the biggest
Yeah.
thing.
you know what's funny is that like my grandpa says that he's the best president that we've ever had.
Mhm.
But the president before that was Reagan, and Reagan was an actor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So it's like
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
I was about to say,
Presidents-
wasn't Reagan the next one
Yeah.
that was like the best
yeah,
yeah, the
President
best
everybody
presidents
said.
we've ever had were not politicians.
politicians? That's the whole
Exactly,
thing.
yeah.
People
Yeah.
are so sick of the politicians because all they do is just
yeah,
bullshit everything. They
Yep.
never do anything they're gonna say.
Yeah.
Trump's done a lot of the things he said he's gonna do.
yeah.
I think he was a little what? I don't know what you're talking about, babe. He's just a few things, and I don't think he realized how much red tape was going to be on things that he's going to have to try to get through. So he was a little ambitious on
Yeah.
what he was going to do.
Yeah,
but
for
he
sure.
did a lot of it.
You know, actually, what I enjoy most about him is his history of being a businessman.
Yeah.
Even though a lot of people were against it, it's awesome.
Yeah, I think it's
Honestly.
helped a lot with
Yeah.
a lot of the stuff he's
For
done.
sure, it's gonna help me personally and
Absolutely.
in several different ways.
Do you want to know what I didn't vote this past time, but
I didn't either.
the reason why I would have voted for him was because he touched base on once he found out what was happening in like Area 51
Mm-hmm.
and just like aliens and stuff like that. He's like, oh, man, I'm going to disclose this.
Yeah.
Even though you knew it wasn't true, like
Yeah.
the fact that like he even like touched on that
right.
like in
Yeah.
his campaign
Oh yeah.
was like,
Yeah,
all right, I can vote for this guy.
I guess he's going to be releasing the JFK documents that they've been not
Oh, yeah.
releasing to everybody here soon.
Really?
Yeah, I heard that. I mean, I heard it a couple months ago, but it's a
Yeah.
matter of probably when's the right time of actually releasing that stuff. Is he going to do it during his term, or is he going to do it right before he leaves,
Yeah.
just to cause shit? Because that's
Yeah.
what Trump does.
yeah,
Yeah, because you
That's for
can't really kill Trump off. You know
yeah.
that was extremely
He would be-
politic.
Yeah.
I'm
I
sorry
mean,
for that.
For real though, I mean, because if they were to assassinate him, I mean, he would be a legit martyr.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
Well, I mean, could you?
I'm
That's the
sure
thing.
you could. We
Yeah,
gotta
but,
really
like,
watch how we talk
Yeah.
here.
the conspiracy theorists would have a heyday.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. That's what I'm saying. It would just be dumb.
But
it
here's
would be
the
the
deal.
stupidest thing anybody could do.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. Anybody that would that hates Trump enough hates Mike Pence more.
Yeah.
So it's like
Sure.
nothing's gonna happen to Trump
Right.
because they don't want
They don't want
the wrath
Pence
of
in.
Mike Pence.
I don't know if I really would want
Yeah.
Pence in either. I'm
you
not
know,
the biggest fan of Pence.
I mean, honestly, if General Mattis ran for president, I would probably vote for him.
sure. Yeah, he's not too
'Cause-
bad.
The dude is just a badass,
Yeah.
and
That shows how much I pay attention to politics because
He-
I don't really know who that is.
General Mattis he's in charge of, like, the military essentially.
Okay.
Yeah,
Space Force.
Space Force,
Yeah.
Nice.
Space Force, Marines, Army, all of it.
Yeah. He does it,
Speaking
nine
of
yards.
Space Force,
which is dope.
Space pants.
I would really want to know what's going on with that. I guess I haven't been keeping up on it much, but
Right. I watch a lot of political stuff and I really haven't heard much about it. Everybody that I listen to is down for it.
yeah, I mean, honestly, I think space exploration is super important for us
Sure.
as a country.
Right.
So it's like it only makes sense that we would, because we're not the only ones out there doing it.
Right. I mean, I
So
got
it's like-
freaking Galaxy on my arm, so
Yeah.
I'm totally down for
I am a
space stuff.
huge space nerd. I
Yeah,
have a
you're-
NASA shirt
Yeah,
right
it's
now.
true.
I have a NASA T-shirt
Yeah.
right now. So if you guys want to sit here and talk about space,
Yeah.
I will
Do it.
call off work. Let's do this.
Tell us some stuff, dude. Tell us
Yeah.
about space.
That's,
do you know?
That's a very general
What
question.
secrets do you have?
Halo,
Um,
1, 2, 3, 4, Halo Wars.
Halo Wars.
Halo Wars.
No, but I mean, Space Force. Like a lot of people, like with Space Force and everything, are just like making fun of the name and everything.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone's ever seen the SNL skit of Peter Dinklage. Whenever he's on there and
I don't
he's
even
talking
know
about
who
space
that
pants.
is.
You don't know
No.
You know who Peter
I might know
Dinklage
his
is.
face. I'm
You know Tyrion?
horrible with names.
Tyrion? Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones.
Don't watch Game of Thrones.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry.
He's a little person.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
The one that's not mini me.
Yeah, I know who you're
Yeah.
talking
Okay.
about now.
There you go.
But no, I was actually like in preparation for this podcast, I was actually like watching a couple of space videos, and I kept happening on a lot of YouTube videos that were, just like the scale of our universe,
Yeah.
and just like going on about like the size of our moon
Mhm.
to the Earth to Jupiter to the
Right.
biggest black hole that we know of.
Right.
And if you don't know if you're not interested in space and what's out there, we can't be friends. I'm just saying that. I'm saying that right now.
Yeah.
Like I would need like someone to start talking to me about space and like all that kind of stuff in order for me to like kind of
Yeah.
recall everything that I know.
Right.
Yeah.
But like
I
So
mean,
I saw a thing on Facebook, and it was one of those like, it's kind of like those ones where you're like stoned and you think of this crazy thought. Like it kind of was like that, but it wasn't one of those. It was similar, and they're like, "What if we used to live on Mars?" And the reason and we sent a pod to the Earth, and that's what killed the dinosaurs. Did you see that?
I saw that.
And I'm like,
yes.
Not an unlikely scenario. I doubt it,
Yeah.
but
The one thing that that I did see and kind of goes hand in hand with that was like, okay, this is going to be really political, but talking about like religion and everything. Like, what if religion's not even a thing, but like aliens from outer space? You know, like the simulation theory.
no, tell me about it.
Simulation theory is basically like the Matrix,
Okay.
where we're all in this simulation, and none of this is real life.
Okay.
But yeah, that's basically the general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I've,
feel of
I've
it.
heard that theory. I never heard it called what you called it, but
Yeah.
yeah, I've heard that.
But there was this scientist, and I can't remember his name.
Tom
but-
Cruise.
Yes, Tom
Probably.
Cruise. We'll call him Tom Cruise.
Yes.
But he found these little like perfectly round like microscopic metal balls.
Okay.
whenever he sent a weather balloon up into the far reaches of our atmosphere,
Yeah.
and he collected these little balls of metal, and he basically ruled them out to be like these little seeds with organic matter inside them. So what if there was an alien race out there that just
was this in space or was this in our atmosphere of Earth that he found them?
It was our atmosphere of Earth.
Okay.
What if like an alien race outside of space or whatever just kind of like sent these little tiny, what they would call seeds, out through the universe, and it just basically stuck to anything in what they call the Goldilocks zone, which is where the Earth is.
Right.
And basically, wherever they landed, where the conditions were perfect, it flourished. Yeah.
Isn't that kind of what they did in the Alien movies?
I've never actually watched those.
I never have either, actually.
Oh man, you guys are missing out.
I see them all the time. I want to
Yeah,
watch them. I just
they're
never.
great-
I don't
great
watch
series.
movies too
Yeah.
crazy much.
But it's kind of
anymore.
the same thing because the aliens are kind of aliens, obviously.
Yeah.
And then they made the Predator versus Alien
Right.
movies because the Predators are what kill the aliens. So like the
Yeah.
aliens flourish in different parts of the.
So do you guys? Obviously, I'm guessing you think that there's other life forms out there. What do you think, Yanni? You think there's other life forms out there?
If there is, I don't feel like we're supposed to know about it.
No.
I don't know. It's a tough one because I believe.
But didn't
there
I mean,
could
if you
be.
want to go on the religious, I'm guessing you're kind of going on that end.
Yeah,
If you want to go by that, didn't God create everything for us?
yeah. But I don't know. I feel like it's a tough one because I just feel like because God created the earth and everything on it, but the Bible doesn't say like go into more depth other than that He created the universe.
Sure.
So it's like what I believe in, like that the Bible is more of like what we have now is what God preserved for us to know.
Like this is what we're meant to be.
Yeah. And so it's like I feel like God would essentially have told us that there was life forms out there in the Bible, but at the same time that's just my theory. So it's
I don't know. That is a hard one. Go ahead.
I actually like watched a couple of videos on what you just said, and I grew up Christian. Like I grew up in the church and everything like that. I actually used to we lead worship and everything like that. And I've watched a couple of videos, and it was like pro religion and everything on everything that's coming out now.
Right.
With like the conspiracy theories and all that kind of stuff is, the like Christianity's rebuttal is, yeah, they don't say anything about aliens in the Bible. But what is like the Bible doesn't say anything about like anything. I mean, okay, that was bad, but
I kind of get what you're saying.
But like they don't like the Bible is very figurative.
Sure.
In the way it's
you're
worded and
meant to-
everything.
right, and you're supposed to take what you get from it.
Exactly.
That's the whole idea of it.
And one video that I watched was about like the dinosaurs and everything. Like, okay, well, how does Christianity view like the dinosaurs?
Right.
And Christians kind of rebuttal that as, well, they talk about the, like the Leviathan and everything like that. Like that could be, like the dinosaurs and like the large creatures and everything like that. And so what if, the Bible doesn't actually talk like the Bible doesn't say aliens, because that is a word that has been used by contemporary language.
Right. It's kind of a new.
Correct.
New word.
Yeah. And like, the same thing with dinosaurs. Like
Right.
the Bible doesn't talk about, like, doesn't say dinosaurs because back in biblical times, they didn't know what the word dinosaurs wasn't even in the vocabulary.
Yeah.
Right.
And so like, I think it's very interesting to talk about, like aliens and all that, like dinosaurs and everything in terms of religion and like Christianity and everything is because like, you read the Bible and everything, and although with all of the new renditions of like the contemporary language and all that kind of stuff, it still does not say anything about. It doesn't say the word alien or dinosaur.
Yeah.
It's a work of art, really. Like,
No,
Yeah.
and
well,
I think
a
it's
bunch of
beautiful.
books written by a bunch of people put into one book. Like,
Exactly.
it's absolutely.
and it's beautiful because like, you could take it as you want it. Like you could
Right.
take it as like, this is what I think the Bible means, and
Right.
and
I mean,
that's
just
what
go to a couple different kinds of churches and you'll see how different people can take things.
right.
Yeah.
And I feel like, within my family and within, the home church that I grew up with, like that's where a lot of people fail in, is that like people don't have open minds,
Yeah.
Right.
like
Yeah.
in terms of atheists, in terms of like Christianity, in
Mhm.
terms of, any other religion out there.
Right.
A lot of people don't have open minds.
Yeah.
I think our generation's kind of changing that because I think a lot of us are pretty open to new ideas and new concepts or new ideas from old concepts. I mean, I kind of like that.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm pretty religious, but I'm definitely open up
Yeah.
to learning something
I'll tell you what.
different.
Let me.
Absolutely.
This is me coming because I'm kind of the opposite of how Chase was. I grew up
Mhm.
non-Christian and not a non-Christian home. I didn't go to church.
Yeah, that's how I was too.
And I didn't actually start going to church in my own power until I was like in 9th grade.
Right.
And so like, what if, say like and this is going to be a discussion for another podcast whenever we have you on again, because
Yeah,
that could be
absolutely.
a cool thing. But what if the meteor killing the dinosaurs is the same exact thing as the flood?
And I've thought a lot about that
Yeah.
too.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Like, you know what I mean? Like what
Yeah.
if? Because I mean, and I haven't like.
So you think maybe the dinosaurs were the first, like, we'll call it an experiment?
No, well, see, I feel like dinosaurs would have coexisted with
With humans?
biblical era.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah. Because there were.
Oh, I get what you're saying. I was a little confused. So you think what the flood is actually what the meteor was?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Got
even
ya.
though like they say like everything's post dated, and I haven't done like enough research on it to know,
Mhm.
but like different things I've said like they're all like within this certain level and whatever, but it's like I don't know. I feel like that could be a coexisting thing at the same time.
So it could have been almost like maybe the meteor hit the body of water, and the body of water is what flooded
Yes.
everything. Is that kind of the idea there? Okay.
Yeah.
Are you
That's
saying that
interesting.
like dinosaurs like
We're
could have coexisted with humans?
yeah.
Okay, and that's what I was talking about,
Yeah.
like with the
Yeah.
Leviathan and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yep.
doesn't the Bible? I'm gonna be completely honest. I haven't really read a whole crap ton of the Bible. But it talks about giants and stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
you're saying, right?
Yep.
Okay. I'm just for my own mind. I'm just
Yeah,
making sure.
for sure. And like yeah, I feel like with the flood, like because that was the flood happened biblically because we were destroying what God had intended it to be.
Right.
And so I
Kinda
feel like
what we're doing now.
yeah, with and you could say it was like the first experiment essentially, but
Yeah.
God had intended it to be a certain way and we had gotten so bad
Right.
to where it was like he couldn't that it wasn't a thing anymore. Like he couldn't
Yeah.
deal with that.
Right.
And so the flood happened, or the meteor hitting the water, creating the flood,
Yeah.
brought in a new era of what life is today. I mean, obviously not with the technology and everything, but
Right.
we don't know where technology was before the flood anyways.
And that's amazing.
Right. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Then-
like
'cause
they
then you
found stuff over in Egypt that's like seems like they shouldn't have had. I mean, they
Yeah,
had like
right.
batteries
Yeah.
and they had light. Like
Yeah.
they had all kinds.
They had their
of stuff.
own versions of things
right.
that work today.
And then that kind of branches off into what, maybe Mars was like.
Yeah. Yeah, if that was a
Right.
thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. This is where probably a
It
good
gets-
ending spot because we're getting
Yeah.
those parts that could venture off into a
Oh
really
yeah,
cool.
we'll definitely cover this again another. I feel like we could have a whole podcast
Yeah,
basically
for
just
sure,
talking
yeah.
about this stuff.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll just end it there. I mean,
Yep.
it's a pretty nice long podcast.
Yeah.
I think we covered a lot of stuff, but yeah, we'll have you on again. Thanks for being on, man.
Yeah, man.
Hey, thank you guys. This has
Yeah.
been amazing.
Yep. Welcome to the
Yeah.
family. I'm glad you were
Yeah.
able to hang out today.
Absolutely.
WolveCrew for life, man.
Yeah.
I gotta go to work now.
Yeah.
Oh, fun.
Have fun delivering pizzas.
Yeah,
Fairly.
absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Talk to you guys later.
Have a
Thanks
good
for
one.
having me on.